G'day everyone, how you going? My class asked me to do a question here, which thank you very much, Alan Sadler. It's question number 7 out of 2D. Nice little question. Let me read it to you. It says 1,000 centimeters cubed of metal is to be cast into a rectangular block with square ends. Rectangular block. So I've drawn like here where I've got square ends, but I've made this longer. So a rectangular block with square ends. Use calculus to show that for the least surface area, the rectangular block needs to be a cube. So you kind of already got the answer that these are all going to be equal length, but you've got to prove it or show it with calculus. So let's crack on into this and let's see how we go. Because I've got the volume here, I've got to start there. Let me start with the volume. Now, the question said rectangular with square ends. So if I call this distance here x, and this distance here x, then I've got a square end. But I can't put x there yet, even though that's what the question told me was going to be the answer. I can't put x there yet. But I've got to use this to get some equation for down here. Now, because the volume equals 1,000 centimeters cubed, doesn't the volume equal length by width by height for any shape, rectangular, prism, etc.? Now, I've already listed call this the width as x and the height as x. So the width is already x and the height is already x. Let me change these to dots so we don't get confused. So aren't I already there? And this distance here, which in that formula is the length, couldn't I rearrange this to get length equals 1,000 divided by x squared? So length equals 1,000 divided by x squared. So now I have the length in terms of x. So here, this is going to be 1,000 divided by x squared. Hopefully that's making sense. Now, we've got to work in surface area because that's what I've got to prove. So now I need the surface area formula with these dimensions. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say, well, the surface area, this face and this face are going to be the same, and they're both going to be x squared in area. So I reckon that the surface area is going to start with 2x squared. Okay, that's this face here and the one tucked around there. This face here, isn't that going to be 1,000 divided by x squared for the length times x? And wouldn't this face and the one at the bottom be the same? And because this is a square end, wouldn't this face be the same as well? So wouldn't the area in there, let me do it in red, that one's going to be x squared. Wouldn't this and all four of the sides be x times 1,000 over x squared? Now neatly I can cancel that one and one of those. So actually it's just 1,000 over x squared. And I've got four of them. So wouldn't the formula be plus 4,000 over x? So that's going to be my surface area formula in terms of x being the dimension of the square end that I have. Once I'm here, because I want the least surface area, I want the minimum, and if I want a minimum, I want to differentiate and let it equal 0, don't I? So your steps now are differentiate. Well, let's do it. SA dash prime, differentiate, equals 4x. Okay, that's easy. Now, here, think of it in two ways. If I bring that to the top line, it becomes x to the minus 1. That might be an easier way to see it. Power out front, minus, and then lower the power by 1 becomes x to the minus 2. So that would be minus 4,000, oops, too many, over x squared. Okay, power out front, lower the power by 1. It's sometimes easier to see it like this than this. So we're here. I want the surface area to equal 0. Oh, sorry, the derivative of the surface area to equal 0. So now I've got this. Now, can you see there's a common factor of 4 here? So I'm going to get rid of that. X minus 1,000 over x squared. Now, if I bring this one over to this side, I get 1,000 over x squared equals x. Multiply that x squared up to there, do I get 1,000 equals x cubed? Take the cubed root of 1,000, x is going to equal 10, doesn't it? Seems okay. Now, what happens when I put it back in here? 1,000 divided by 10 squared is 100. 1,000 divided by 100 is 10. So the sides are 10, 10, and 10. Well, that proves it's a cube. Bazinga! Hopefully that was easy for you. This is a great question. Lots and lots of questions like this. Make sure you can do them. They always come up in tests and exams and things like that. Anyway, enjoy your day. Catch you later.